All right, everyone, this is part 2 of my STEM interview, and now we have the fire truck out here and Captain Morgan, and we also have another fireman from our county demonstrating. So now we're going to show you a few things, and I'm going to let him take it from here. You can go ahead.
Okay, this is Lieutenant Crest. He's a lieutenant here at Station 2. He oversees basically running the crew every day, and the technology into this I wanted to show you is the gear that he's wearing. This gear is the newest turnout gear and it's structural firefighting gear that we have. This gear is made up of 3 different layers of material. It has the outer layer, which is for protection against scrapes, cuts, things like this. It has 2 different inner layers, which is kind of hard to get to, but it has these 2 inner layers. One is a moisture barrier and the other is a thermal barrier. The thermal barrier is for the heat-related issues. The moisture barrier is it helps wick sweat away from us to keep us cooler. The gear is made up of many different components. You have pants, boots, a jacket. There's also a hood that we wear, which just protects our face and all from thermal burns. We wear helmets to protect our head. This gear is rated to be able to sustain a flash fire of 1200 degrees for approximately 5 seconds. Give us an opportunity to protect ourselves. The other thing is, Lieutenant, if you turn around, we wear a compressed air cylinder on our back. It simply is the atmospheric air that we breathe within a toxic environment, smoke-filled rooms, fire, things like this. This gear, altogether, this gear weighs about 75 pounds when it's dry. When it gets soaking wet, like in a fire and inclement weather, you can add about another 5 to 10 pounds to it. So it's very exhausting to wear this gear. We try not to stay in it any longer than we have to, because it does take a physical toll on you. This also that Lieutenant has in his hand is called a thermal imager. The thermal imager, it reads heat through smoke. So where in a fire where we can't see through the smoke, you literally cannot see your hand in front of your face. This looks for a heat signature of a victim, doorways, things like this. It's a new technology. It's been in the fire service for roughly 10 years or so, but it's come such a long way in just the last few years. These are one of the newest ones we have. Some of the newer ones are smaller. Some of the newest ones actually go on your helmet and sit in front of your face. These are about $1,400. That whole setup of gear right there is approximately $1,200, $1,200 to $1,500 for a complete set of gear, and then the air pack's another $600 or $700. So this is the technology that we're using now. It's protecting us much better. It lets us stay more comfortable and work more efficient in the heat that we're in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
And then behind me is the most technologically advanced truck that we have in the county. The truck is built by E1 out of Florida. It's a 100-foot long aerial device. And if you notice, the platform on top at the front of the truck, that's where we can hold 4 to 6 men and work out of that platform. FAO Jones is going to set it up. This is how we'll operate on it. Now the technology, the mathematics part of this, is we can only work this truck at certain angles of height. So as you notice, as he raises it, the angle changes quite extensively. And it lets us know how many people we can put in there to work and work safely. So we have to be able to understand where we're working, where we need that platform to be, and the angles at which we can work it in. There's also, kind of hard to see from this angle, but there's a big nozzle on the front of that. In fighting fire, we use this on large structures and things like that, where we have to know how many gallons a minute we need to put a fire out that this truck can pump to us. So our operators, they have a background in what they call fireground hydraulics, which is the mathematics of how much water we can move through different lengths of hose at different sizes to get the proper nozzle pressure and the proper amount of water out of the end of that nozzle. It takes a firefighter and operator of quite a bit of time to be able to operate this piece of equipment. If you want to kind of compare this to any other truck, is over to my right is this is one of our standard frontline engines or pumpers that we have. That truck carries 750 gallons of water and has approximately 2,000 feet of hose on it in different configurations, but it can supply the tower truck to get the proper amount of water that we need out of it.
Okay.
Again, you have to know the mathematics and be able to calculate these things quickly on a fire scene for what we need to put a fire out. This truck will also suffice us in rescue operations. That platform at the very top of it is designed to where you can turn it off and on it on a roof or on the ground. And what FAO Jones is doing right now is he's showing you the flexibility of this truck. Again, he has to know how low and at what angle he can operate this truck. So if I need him to set it on the edge of a building, he's got to be able to tell that he can do it without the truck turning over. Even though the truck does have outriggers that support it, he still has to know that he can put this truck where we need it to work.
Awesome. This is great.
And if you notice, he's getting very close to the ground. By the fact that if we needed to, we could actually get in and out of it here if we had to work. Very valuable to us in rescue operations and where we have to get off the truck and do work like on a building. But if you notice how low that platform is sitting compared to the side of the truck.
Right.
Without tearing something up, which is very important to us.
Right.
When he gets the platform back over to where it cradles onto the truck, we'll walk over to the truck and I'll show you a few more of the advancements that this truck has and what we've had to learn in operating.
Okay.
But for right now, you can just enjoy watching one of the best trucks that we have in the county operate.
Awesome.
And one of the best operators on it.
Thank you, thank you.
It would have been nice to do the interview from the platform, but I think they would have probably told me to go home after that. It takes a couple of minutes to get it back into a configuration where we can drive it on the road. This truck also will respond to any type of call that we have in the county. We can do medical calls off of it, fire, we run it on accidents. It's a very versatile truck.